So when everybody is ready, first of all, does anybody have any questions to begin? Otherwise, we're gonna jump right into it. This is mostly a oh, I think I approved everybody to get in. Sorry, let me just make sure. This is an all levels class, but it definitely is very fast paced. So my biggest recommendation is just to do what feels right for your body. And I'll give you some modifications to take it up a notch, to take it down a notch, and just do what feels good for you. So I always say, if I call out a pose and you're like, Erin, that's terrible, I'm not doing that. Okay, so don't do it. It's okay. It's more about getting out of your head and into your body than it is doing a pose perfectly. That doesn't exist. So we're just gonna have some fun. If you have the playlist, The Downfall of Us All, you may begin that right now and put yourself on mute if you have not already. And so this is a super fun playlist, dance around, have a good time with it. Yeah, so we're gonna get started. We'll get started in a comfortable seated position. And take a deep breath in when you get there. And then take a deep breath out. And maybe you close your eyes here if that feels right for you. Deep inhale. And a deep exhale. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale. We're letting go of everything that it took for us to get on our mat today. Letting go of the day, of the week, of whatever you heard on the news. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale, let it go. So for some of us, the first time that we've really been still today, and for others of us, this will be the first time that we get in some really good movement. So we'll do a little bit of both. Again, do what feels right for your body. Let's take a deep breath in as we bring our hands up high to the sky. And then as we exhale, we'll take a slight twist to the right side. And if it feels good, you can bring the right hand behind the back and maybe look out over the right shoulder. Or just a soft twist, take a deep breath in. And then exhale, twist back up to center, breathe in as you reach. And then exhale, this time we're twisting to the left side. Again, if it feels good, look out over that left shoulder. Maybe the right hand comes to the left knee. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale, bring it back to center. We'll inhale to reach. Then exhale, hinge at the hips, falling forward here. And this can be just the slightest bit. You can just lean forward and hold on to your knees or your legs if that feels better for you. Or you can take this moment to loosen the body up through the upper body, through the shoulders, maybe just sort of walking the fingertips. Let's take a deep inhale here. And then exhale, shifting the hips. So we come into tabletop just for a quick second and then find our way to child's pose. So in child's pose, we can have our knees out nice and wide, maybe out towards the edges of the mat. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, you're gonna walk so you have that entire body down on the mat. Maybe the forehead comes to the mat and you can windshield wiper or just move the forehead back and forth. If you're looking to relieve a little bit of tension, I like to make a fist and then let it go. Take a deep breath in. And then breathe out. Deep breath in as you bring that right arm up high to the sky. And then exhale, we're threading the needle. So our right hand comes underneath the left, and we're resting on the right side of the body, the right side of the face. Now, if you take my classes before, you know I'm going to give you some options to take it up a notch if that feels right for you. One option may be to walk the left toes to the edge of the mat, and maybe the left toes come up off the mat. Another option, you can do these together or separately, would be to walk the left fingertips forward, and then maybe the left hand comes off the mat. You can do one or both. Just do what feels good for you, not pressing in too far to the right shoulder. Take one more inhale wherever you are, and exhale, start to bring it back to child's pose. Unwind. Come back to center, deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Inhale, this time we're gonna reach the left arm up. And exhale, left hand comes underneath the right, threading the needle. Now this time we're resting on the left side of the face, left side of the body. And without putting too much pressure on the left shoulder, you can stay here or you can find your expression. Maybe you bring the right foot up or the right toes to the edge of the mat. Maybe the right arm comes up. We'll take one more deep inhale wherever we are. And then exhale. Bring it back around. Find child's pose. Maybe let that head go back and forth on the mat. We'll take 3 deep breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Breath in. And breath out. Take your deepest breath yet. And exhale, plant the hands, uncurl the toes, and the hips come up, downward facing dog. Now we're working on an inverted V shape in our downward facing dog. So you can have a generous bend in your knees if that feels good. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, just bending one knee and then the other, walking our dog, noticing how the body feels. And we're not passing any judgment here, we're just noticing what feels tight, what feels good, what could use a little bit of extra love. Let's take one more deep breath in, and then exhale, hop, step, or jump to the top of your mat, and forward fold when you get there. Option to come into ragdoll, grabbing hands to opposite elbows. And you can find stillness or sway. But whatever you do, we're focusing on dropping the head and dropping the neck. So you don't need to hold up that weight right now. You spend all day doing it. And maybe you get that slight low back release. You bend your knees and move side to side just the slightest bit. Take one more breath in here. And exhale, release those hands down if they're bound. Inhale, root to rise. Bring those hands up high to the sky. And maybe you find a back bend if that feels good. Not pushing it too far. Samasthitihi, bring hands down through heart center. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. If it feels right for you, maybe taking a moment to set an intention for your practice. So it can be a word or a feeling, something that you want to cultivate a little bit more of in your life. If there's a person that you know could use a little bit of extra love and positivity, maybe you can dedicate your practice to that. So whatever that is, bring that person, bring that thought to your mind. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, forward fold. Let's inhale to halfway lift, keeping a flat back, and exhale to fold. Inhale, root to rise, bring those hands up high to the sky, and again, maybe we find that back bend, we're not pressing too far. Samasthitihi, hands down through heart center. Now we'll heel to the feet a little bit more towards hip width distance. Coming into Tadasana, our strong mountain pose. Now here in Tadasana, we'll focus on being nice and straight up. So think about being in between two panes of glass. You can bring those palms out nice and wide, deep breath in as those shoulders come up. And exhale, bring them back. Inhale, shoulders up. And exhale, down and back. Inhale, up. And exhale, down and back. We're going to switch it up here. Inhale, up. And exhale, shoulders forward. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, up. And this one brings you all the way into forward fold. Take your time getting there. If you're not already at the back of your mat, make your way to the back of your mat in forward fold. And then inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We're going to walk the hands forward into high plank. So do what feels good here. If your high plank has your knees down on the mat, then that's your expression and that's good. So high plank here. And we're going to bring it to forearm plank. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, forearm plank. Start to walk the toes forward toward the hands. Coming into dolphin pose. Now you can stay right here, or you can bring one leg up and then the other. So we're really putting our pressure here on our forearms. We'll take just one more deep breath in and exhale, sink back, child's pose. Inhale and exhale. Option to take it into rabbit, which is just kind of a tighter child's pose. So you bring your knees in close to the body and you use your thighs as a place to put the belly. And then hands come behind the back. So we'll take 3 big breaths here, whether we're in child's pose or in rabbit. Inhale and exhale. Breath in and a breath out. Last one, deepest breath yet. And exhale, plant the hands. We are coming into a tabletop position. So here in tabletop, we want our joints to be stacked. So shoulders stacked on top of the wrists and then knees stacked underneath the hips, or as best as we can. Aiming for that flat tabletop in the back. Take a deep breath in here. And breath out. Inhale, bring that right arm up. And exhale, option to bring the left leg back behind you. Deep breath in, we're gonna reach out. And exhale, crunch it in, elbow to knee. Breathe in as you reach. And exhale, crunch it in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Do what you can here. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Last one. Inhale, reach. And option to bend the knee and reach for it with your right hand. Take a deep breath in wherever you are. And a breath out. Last one. Inhale. And exhale, hand and foot come down. And we'll take a couple cat-cows here at our own pace. So dropping the belly, bringing the chest up, bringing the hips up for cow pose. And then pressing the mat away as you round the back for a nice Halloween cat. So take that at your own pace. Listening to your body. And we'll come to stillness when we're ready. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Everything we do on one side, we must do on the other. We'll take a deep breath in as we bring that left arm out in front. And exhale, option to bring the right leg back behind you. Breathe in as you reach out. And exhale, crunch it in. Inhale, reach. And exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Breathe in as you reach out. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale to reach, then option to bend that back knee and grab it with the left hand. Breath in and a breath out. One more inhale and exhale. Hand and foot come down, and we'll take a few more cat-cows at our own pace. Now, if you really want to get into it, you can take some other organic movements that feel good. So maybe some C curves, leaning to look at your ankles, maybe some really deep cat-cows with some wave-like motions. So do what your body is calling for. We have 3 more breaths wherever you are. Take your deepest breath yet. And exhale, plant the hands, hips come up, downward facing dog. Now remembering that inverted V shape, we'll begin by putting a little more pressure on the left foot. As the right foot comes up, bend that right knee, coming into down dog, hip opener. And if it feels good, you can make some circles here with the knee, the ankle, the hip. Take a deep breath in. And exhale it back to 3-legged dog, right leg high to the sky. Inhale, reach that right leg up. And exhale, we're going to bring the right leg forward to replace the right leg. Now notice how my left hand is still planted on the mat. Left hand stays planted and we're opening up to the right side. Right hand up. Deep breath in. And exhale. Breathing into this deep twist. Remember, this twist is coming from the core, so you can even bring your hand to your core to make sure that that's where the twist is coming from instead of from your shoulders. We'll take one more inhale here. And exhale, let's cartwheel this hand down. Hips move backward. And then we come into a wide-legged forward fold. So shift so that all 10 toes are now facing one direction. Not the band. This is Pop Punk Power Hour. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, you can slowly hinge at the hips, making your way into Prasarita Padasana. Wide-legged forward fold. Now there's a zillion different options here because as a teacher, you know we love to differentiate and give you lots of different options. So you may take a nice twist, plant one hand to the mat, and the other hand comes up. Maybe you're working on bringing the hands or the forearms or the head down closer to the mat, or a block or pillow or whatever you have near you, your dog, if they don't mind, I don't know. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. One more option is to take some track stars, bending one knee and then the other. If you really want to work on your balance, you can bring it into Skandasana. So find what feels good for you. We'll take about 5 more breaths. If you have an inversion in your practice, this is a great time to get into that headstand or that tripod headstand. And if you want to work a little bit more on some inversions, then check out Friday's live class because we're doing some inversion prep. Shameless plug. All right, wherever you are, we'll get ready to bring those hands back up to the hips. So maybe you walk them toward the center of the mat, hands come to the hips, hinging at the hips. Now we're going to pivot all 10 toes and then maybe bringing that back leg up so that you have a foot to 2 feet in between your legs, and you need to decide what feels good for you here. We're going to be bending over this front leg for pyramid pose. So decide what stance you would like to go with. Make sure the hips are square. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, take your time as you fold forward into pyramid over that front leg. And if you have some blocks or some books or something, maybe putting your hands on feels good. Or giving yourself a hug. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, take your time, walk that back foot up to meet the front foot and forward fold. Yogi toe hold. So take pace fingers around the big toes. And you can just let yourself hang here. So let the elbows splay out to the sides, generous bend in the knees. And now we'll inhale to halfway lift, but stay holding on. So inhale, halfway lift and straighten. And exhale, fold and bend. Inhale to half lift and straighten. And exhale, fold and bend. We have 2 more. Inhale, half lift, straighten. Exhale, fold and bend. Last one. Inhale, half lift and straighten. And then exhale, fold, bend, release your hands. Now we'll inhale to halfway lift this time, flat back. And exhale to fold. Inhale, root to rise. Bring those hands up high to the sky and take that back bend if that feels good. Samasthiti, bring hands down through heart center. Deep inhale. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift again. Exhale, chaturanga. We're planting our hands for high plank. Don't worry, no more high to low plank here. Just inhale and then exhale. Take your chaturanga. Oh, I said that wrong. There is a lot more high to low plank here, but no more high plank, forearm plank. So after a chaturanga, you can take anything that lifts your heart. So option to have the knees up off of the mat in upward facing dog. And then press back, downward facing dog. Now, whenever I call this chaturanga, this vinyasa flow, you decide to take it, or you can just meet us in downward facing dog. It's all good. Down dog is always here for you, just like child's pose. Let's take a deep breath in as we bring that left leg up high to the sky. And exhale, bend the knees, stack and open up the hip, down dog, hip opener. And maybe you find some movement here if that feels good. Rotating the knee, the ankle, or the hip. Deep breath in. And exhale it back to 3-legged dog, left leg high to the sky. Breathe in as you reach that leg up. And then exhale, left leg comes forward, replacing the left hand. Again, I still have my right hand planted on the mat. Left arm comes up, or maybe it's on my ribs, making sure that I'm taking this twist from the core. Deep breath in. And a breath out. Inhale. And exhale. This time we're going to bring the left arm down onto the mat. Hips shift backward. And all 10 toes turn to face the other direction. Good morning, sleepyhead. Now you can take the same wide-legged forward fold variations that you did before, or try something different. Another nice option is to get a little twist. You can grab your right hand to the left leg, and maybe you bring the left hand up. Maybe you bind it behind. And then make sure that whatever you're doing, you switch. We have one more deep breath in. And then exhale, we'll heel toe the feet in just twice. Now let those toes point out to the corners of the mat. We're coming into goddess pose. Goddess pose is a nice wide squat. So deep breath in here. And then exhale, we'll sit down a little bit deeper. You can have those cactus arms out wide. Deep breath in. And then exhale. A lot of twisting going on tonight. We're going to detoxify our internal organs. So at your own pace, we're going to take little slight twists to the left and center, and then right and center. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, begin to make your way to center. Breath in. And exhale, let those knees straighten. I couldn't find the opposite of bend. And hands come out, 5-star. Stretching out to all corners of the room. Maybe a slight back bend if that feels good. Breath in. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Pivot all toes to face the front. Now that back foot's going to walk up the mat. And again, you find what feels good for you as we come into pyramid pose. So you're gonna need to find that preferred distance. And then when you're ready, hinge at the hips. Folding into pyramid pose over that left foot. And if you have your right foot, I don't know what you did, but it's okay. Just make sure that you switched from last time. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. One more inhale. And exhale. Let a slight bend come into the knee. Back foot meets the front foot. Forward fold. Gorilla pose. So we're taking the palms of the hands and placing them underneath the soles of the feet. And then just bending one knee and then the other. Give a little love to our wrists. If this is not your preferred option, another great way to get the same effect would be to press the palms down onto the mat in varying directions. Not too hard. We'll take one more deep breath in. And then exhale, Bakasana Crow. If you know Crow, you can go right into it. If you're like, Erin, you're crazy, not gonna happen. Don't worry, I got an option for you. We're gonna meet in Yogi Squat, with or without a block or a pillow or whatever you want underneath your hips. If you are going for Crow Bakasana, we'll plant the hands in the center of the mat. Come up onto your tippy toes and then bend the knees, but the knees come out nice and wide. So what we're doing is making a shelf as close as we can to our armpits to place our knees in. And it's gonna be that sweet spot that's a little bit different for everybody. And then you start to bend forward little by little, and then maybe you bring the toes up off the mat. And maybe you don't, so be careful. We'll take one more deep breath in, and then we'll meet in our Yogi Squat if we're not already there. So the only purpose of having something underneath you in your Yogi Squat is to give a little extra support to the hips. So our goal is to try to bring our entire foot down onto the mat. If you're way up here to do that, it's cool. If you're way down here to do that, also cool. I promise we're not here for a long time. Inhale, reach the right hand up, and exhale, left hand plants into the mat. Notice how my left elbow bends and presses into the left leg, opening it up. Deep breath in. And exhale, switch. Plant the left foot. Oh, don't do that. Plant the right hand. Bend the right elbow to open up the right foot. Left hand comes up. Deep breath in. And exhale, plant both hands. Hips come up. Upper body comes up. 5-star. Stretch out to all corners. Maybe you find that slight back bend. Breath in. And a breath out. Take one more deep breath in here. And exhale, begin to heel toe the feet back together. And we come into Tadasana, our strong mountain. Come back to your breath here. Come back to your intention. Notice how the body feels since you've gotten it moving today. So you can get out some of those wiggles and just see what still needs a little love. Let's open it up. When you're ready, we'll take a deep breath in and bring our hands up. I'm gonna do this sitting down just so you can see my hands, but it's the same thing if you do wanna do it on your knees, that's cool. Inhale, bring the hands up. And exhale, reaching up. Now, I have my hands in kind of a gun grip because we're gonna come into crescent moon. So breathe in as you reach the hands up, and then exhale, pressing the hands over to the right side. Now the hips are pressing out to the left. So you're getting that great side body stretch. Deep breath in, and exhale, bring it back to center. Inhale to reach up, and exhale, bring it to the left side. Now this time, you're going to be pressing the hips out on the right side, getting that nice side body stretch on the right. Breathe in, and exhale, bring it back to center. Deep breath in, just reach those hands up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale to half lift, and exhale to fold. Breathe in as you root to rise, bring those hands up high, maybe you find your back bend. Samasthiti. Inhale. And exhale to Tadasana. Finding that strong mountain. We'll begin here by placing more weight into the left leg. So weight in the left leg. Right leg's coming up for tree pose. So we're bending the knee, and tree pose can be with your foot resting on the mat, like kickstanding. You can have your foot basically anywhere except for your knee. So if you want to bring it way up here, if you like to bring it in front of your other hip, it's all good. No tree in the forest looks the same. So when you have those strong roots, grow your branches. Maybe you challenge yourself by finding a little movement or closing one eye and then the other, which is way harder than you think it's gonna be. Take one more deep breath in. And then exhale, bring it down. Shake it out. Tadasana, mountain. Finding your strength, coming back to your breath. Think of that word, that feeling, or that person as you inhale. And then exhale, we'll bring more weight now into our right leg. So right leg plants, left leg comes up anywhere but the knee, or tree pose. When you have those strong roots, grow your branches. Deep inhale. And exhale again. If your tree looks different on this side than it does on the other side, it's all good. Let's take one more deep breath in. And then exhale, bring the leg down, shake it out. Tadasana. Now we'll bring more weight once again into the left leg. Plant that left leg into the mat. Right leg is coming up for Garudasana, eagle pose. So left leg is planted, right leg comes up and over. Now right leg over, right arm under. And if this is too much for the arms, you can just give yourself a hug instead. So right leg over, right arm under, and then we'll inhale, exhale the hands up and away from the face. Breath in. Exhale, see if you can sit down just a little bit deeper. One more inhale to reach, and then exhale, begin to crunch your eagle into its nest. And fly it out, shake it out. Tadasana, mountain. Coming back to center. Breath in. And exhale, we're bringing our weight into our right leg. Plant the right leg into the mat. Left leg comes up and around, Garudasana, eagle pose. Now left hand comes underneath the right. So left leg over, left arm under. Breathe in as you bring those hands up and away from the face. And exhale, sit down a little deeper. Breathe in. And then exhale, begin to crunch it in, bring your eagle into its nest. And fly it out, shake it out. Breathe in as you bring more weight now into the left leg. And exhale, when you're ready, start to bring that right foot up for a standing leg raise. So bend at the knee, breathe in. And then exhale if it feels good, maybe you extend. Breath in here. And exhale back to center. Now this time, breathe in and maybe you start to open up to the right side. So opening up, bringing the knee toward the right, and then option with or without holding on to the legs to extend. Breath in. Breath out. Take your time, making it back to center. You can always tiptoe down in between. Take one more deep breath in here. Then exhale, slow and with control. We're gonna shoot the right leg back behind us for airplane posture. So notice how my left leg is back behind me. Now I'm pretending that it is on a wall behind me, so it's nice and flat. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, back foot meets the front foot, forward fold. Bending one knee and then the other. Inhale to half lift. And exhale, fold. Breathe in, root to rise. Bring those hands up high to the sky, and then maybe you find that back bend. Samasthiti, hands down through heart center. Heel toe the feet to hips with distance for Tadasana, mountain pose. Breath in. And a breath out. Let's bring our weight into our right leg. Left leg comes up, bend at the knee. For standing leg raise, breathe in. And then exhale, maybe you extend the left leg out in front, inhale. And exhale, bring it back to center, breathe in. And then exhale, maybe opening up to the left side. With or without holding on to the toes. Maybe you extend the leg out to the left side. Let's take one deep breath in wherever we are. And exhale, bring it back to center. Breathe in, maybe touching the toes down. And then exhale, slow and with control, shoot it back. Airplane pose. Now your arms can be out nice and wide like an airplane. You can bring it to the heart center. Take a deep breath in and exhale, back foot meets the front foot, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. And exhale, fold. If you're not already at the top of your mat, make your way there, and then inhale to half lift. And exhale, chaturanga, plant those hands for high plank. Remember, if you're not into it, you always can meet us in downward facing dog, high to low plank. Inhale through upward facing. And exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Breathe in as you bring that right leg up high to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, stack and open up the hip, down dog, hip opener. You can find some circles once again, and if it's in your practice, you're not gonna break stuff around your house, maybe you flip your dog. Bring that right leg all the way over onto the other side. Then catch your breath wherever you are, breath in and out. One more inhale, and exhale, flip it back around. Three-legged dog with the right leg up high to the sky. Inhale to reach, and exhale, bringing the right leg forward in between the hands. Coming into Anjaneyasana, our crescent lunge. Now the back foot is stacked here, heel of the foot over the ball of the foot. Another option is to come down onto the back knee. So my favorite, do what feels good for you. Deep breath in as you bring those hands up. And exhale. I hope you guys are like also sweating or like breathing heavily, because I am. So I hope I'm not alone in that. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, bring hands down through heart center. Breathe in to reach through your heart. Then exhale, we're gonna twist to the right side. So hook the left elbow to the right knee. And then it will look like this if you are standing, or if you have your back knee up. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, option to fly those arms and extend them open. Breathe in. And breath out as you cartwheel the hands down. Now at first, leave the leg where it is. Breathe in. And then exhale, begin to heel toe the foot toward the outside right edge of the mat. Now, option to keep your back knee up here, but I'd really like to bring it down. So here we are in lizard posture, and you can really take it up a notch by kind of peeling that right foot open. You can take it down a notch by heel toeing the right foot closer to center instead of to the right side of your mat. So use your breath, use your intention to get you through this deep hip opener. If it feels good for you, maybe coming down onto the forearms or the hands or the head. We'll take just 3 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Breath in and a breath out. And our last one, breathe in and breathe out. Let this left hip come to the back of your mat as you heel toe that right foot back in front of you. Now, back foot comes to standing as you forward fold. And if it feels good here to find a little bit of movement to shake the body out, then do that. And then inhale to half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift again. Exhale, high plank coming into our chaturanga. And then to low plank. So keeping those elbows in toward the body. Breathe in as you bring it up for anything that lifts your heart. And exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Now, once again, we're gonna inhale and bring that left leg up high to the sky. Bend the knee, stack and open up the hip. So same thing we've done the other side, maybe making some circles. And then if you're not gonna break everything you own, potentially flipping your dog. I don't even think I woke up my actual dog. Take a deep breath in and out. Take one more inhale and exhale, flip back around. 3-legged dog, so our left leg's now high in the sky. Breathe in as you reach with that leg and exhale. Left leg comes forward in between the hands. Take your time coming up into Anjaneyasana, our crescent lunge. Again, back knee can be down if that feels better and more supported for you. Breathe in, hands up, and exhale. Inhale. And exhale, hands come down through heart center. Take a deep breath in as you reach through your heart. Then this time we're twisting to the left side. Hook your right elbow to your left knee. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale. And exhale. If you don't already have that back knee down, put it down. We're gonna cartwheel the hands to center. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, start to heel toe the left foot to the left edge of your mat. We're coming into lizard pose. And if you need to elongate your stance here by bringing that back knee a little bit farther on your mat, do what feels good. Adjust where you need to. Hopefully, maybe someday, one day, in-person classes and assists will happen once again. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Take your deepest breath yet. And then exhale, heel toe that left foot toward the center of the mat. Back foot comes up and we'll meet in a forward fold. So you can stay right here, or you can take a little more restorative forward fold by grabbing hands to opposite elbows, or even placing the hands behind the head, behind the neck. We have one more little spurt, and then we're gonna get nice and relaxed. So this is a great time to grab some water. If you need a quick rest, take a child's pose. Pet your dog. Priorities. You can even see her. Priorities. When you're ready, we will meet in forward fold. Let's inhale to half lift, keeping that flat back. And exhale to fold. Inhale, half lift again. And exhale, plant the hands for high plank. Bring it down to low plank, keeping those elbows in. Breathe in as you lift your heart. And exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in as you bring that right leg up high to the sky. And do your best to your exhale. We're gonna crunch it in, knee to nose. Breathe in as you reach that leg up. And exhale, crunch it in, knee to right tricep. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to left tricep. Deep breath in, bring it up. And exhale, knee to nose. This is our last one. We're gonna hold and hover for 3, 2, 1. Plant that right foot, replacing the right hand. Back foot comes to parallel to the mat. And we're going to cartwheel the hands up into warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Take whatever adjustments you need on your way there. In warrior 2, that back foot's parallel to the back of the mat. And our front knee has a generous bend, maybe about 90 degrees. Open the hands up. We have the hips nice and open here, but we're looking out over the front fingertips. Finding a drishti, a non-moving focal point. Breathe in, reach as far forward as you can. Exhale, flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Now in reverse warrior, this left hand can be behind the back or on the back leg, whatever feels supportive. Breath in. And exhale to side angle. We're placing little to no weight on our right forearm. We're really using our core to hold us up. And then you can bring that left hand up above the head or maybe in front of the body. You want a little extra challenge, you can really use your core by bringing the bottom hand up as well. Deep breath in. And exhale, we'll bring it back, reverse your warrior. Inhale here. And exhale, bringing it maybe all the way down into extended side angle. Bringing that right hand this time to the mat. If you have a bind in your practice, you can drop the right shoulder, bring the right hand underneath the legs, and then try to meet the left hand behind it. Now, if that's easy peasy for you, then my challenge would be to walk the left toes up the mat, plant the left foot, and see if you can come up into bird of paradise, or bird of prey, as we like to call it. Whenever you're ready, we will forward fold and meet at the top of our mat. Take your time. Maybe swaying back and forth here. Take a deep breath in. And exhale back to stillness. Inhale, half lift. And exhale to fold. Inhale, half lift again. Exhale, plant the hands, chaturanga, or always remember, you can just meet us in downward dog, high to low plank. Inhale, through upper facing dog, baby cobra, whatever lifts your heart. Exhale, press back, downward dog. Breathe in as you bring that left leg up high to the sky. Exhale, we're crunching it in, knee to nose. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to left tricep. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to right tricep. Good work. Inhale up. Last one. Inhale, exhale, knee to nose. And we're gonna hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Plant the foot in between the hands. Back foot comes to parallel to the mat. Cartwheel the hands up. Warrior 2. Virabhadrasana 2. Now, once again, we have a nice generous bend in this front knee, opening the hips up to the opposite side. Maybe finding a drishti, looking out over the fingertips, or finding a focal point. Breathe in and out. Inhale, reach as far forward as you can. Exhale, flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Remember to keep a bend in that knee here. Breath in. And exhale to side angle, placing little to no weight on that left arm, really using our core to hold us up. Right arm comes above the head or maybe in front of the face. Again, for some extra core work, bring the left arm up, deep breath in. And exhale, bring it back, reverse your warrior. Inhale here. And exhale, cartwheeling it down to extended side angle. So again, maybe we bring this left hand all the way down to the mat. If you have a bind on this side, we're going to drop the left shoulder, bring the left hand underneath the legs. Right arm comes behind the back. Try to meet those hands. And then the challenge would be to start walking the right toes up the mat, plant the right foot, and then see how far you can come up into a bird of prey, paradise, whatever, and then forward fold. Inhale to half lift, and exhale, fold. Make your way to downward facing dog, however you want to get there. So you can go through your vinyasa, take that high to low plank, or you can just meet in down dog. Breathe in, bring that right leg up. And exhale, we're gonna crunch it in, knee to nose, but then plant the knee as close as you can to your right wrist. We're coming into half pigeon, Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. Now, if you know this is gonna be too much on your knees and your hips, I have another option for you, so give me 1 second. Half pigeon friends, you can start to walk the hands down. Coming into this deep hip opener. And if you feel like you're really dumping down into your right hip, just place something underneath it. The other option, a little less pressure on the joints, is to come into a 4 on the floor. So bend both knees. One foot comes on top of the other thigh. And then you bring the hands through this nice little triangle you created. And again, you can decide how much pressure you put by if you bend the knee, you leave it straightened, how much you pull the leg in toward the body. So knowing that some emotions can come up here in these deep hip openers. And that's natural, that's normal. But you have your intention, you have your breath, and you can breathe through it. We'll take one more deep inhale. Exhale, begin to walk the fingers back toward the knee. Then option to bend that back knee and reach for it with either or both hands. Then make your way back to downward facing dog by pressing the hips up, bend one knee and then the other to walk it out. Breathe in, bring the left leg up high to the sky. And exhale, we're crunching it in, knee to nose. And then place that left knee as close as possible to the left wrist. On the mat, coming into Ekapada Raja Kapotasana, or half pigeon. Now, if you did 4 on the floor on the other side, then just switch your legs. When you're ready, begin to make your way down, walking the hands down the mat, maybe the forehead presses onto the mat, onto the forearms. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, begin to walk the fingertips back toward the knee. I told you that we were gonna start our relaxing part. So if you are in a 4 on the floor, you're gonna make your way onto a seated position. If you are in half pigeon, we're going to fall over onto, well, gracefully fall over onto the left hip. Scoot that right leg out in front of us. And then we'll come into a comfortable Baddha Konasana posture here, butterfly pose. Take a deep breath in, bring those hands up. And exhale. Breathe in, hands come up. And exhale, taking just the right hand, putting the right hand on the left knee. Inhale, reach the left hand up. And exhale, take just that left hand to the right knee. So opposite hand on opposite knees, and you can stay right here. You can pull the knees in and push them out. We'll take a few breaths here as we come back to our intention, as we steady our breathing. Deep breath in. And exhale, release those hands. Use the hands to walk you back on your mat, coming into Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined butterfly. So we have that same exact leg position, but now our entire upper body is planted on the mat. And you can bring the hands above the head here if you have room. Bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, so you can feel the rise and fall of your breath and the beat of your heart. When you're ready, take the hands to the outside of the knees. Slowly, carefully close them like a book. Hug the knees toward the chest. And then you can bend the knees out toward the sides, grabbing for the big toes or the outside knife edge of the feet, and coming into happy baby. And just have some fun here. Happy baby, bend one knee and then the other. Rock and roll left to right. And then let's begin to rock and roll back to front. So eventually we can gain the momentum to meet in your variation of Navasana boat pose. So knees bent, hands up, down, knees straight, whatever, I don't care. Inhale, we're here in high boat. Exhale, hovering low boat. Inhale, high. Exhale, low, breathe in, high boat. Exhale, low boat, one more, inhale, high. And then we gotta row that boat for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab the knees, roll back. Deep breath in. And exhale, plant the soles of the feet on the mat. Take one deep breath in here. And then exhale, you can either stay here or you can come up into bridge pose by just bringing the shoulders slightly underneath the back and then letting the low back come up, bowing those hips up, which looks like this. Take one more deep breath in, and then exhale, bring it all the way down. We'll take one more just like that. You either take another bridge pose, or you can take it into full wheel if that's in your practice. That would be planting the hands on either side of the ears and pressing up. Wherever you are, we're bowing those hips up high to the sky. Inhale and exhale. Bring it back down. Shoulder stand, making sure to use your hands to support your low back. Now, if you've had enough, you can just do legs up the wall pose by pretending like your legs are up a wall or actually putting them up a wall. Another option is to come all the way into candlestick shoulder stand by placing the hands on the low back. And then have a little fun here. Some bicycle kicks or some splits. Or some eagle legs. If it's in your practice, begin to bring the toes all the way back onto the mat or the floor behind you to come into plow pose. Breath in. And then exhale, bend the knees. Knees come around the ears for deaf man's pose. Deep breath in and exhale. We're going to bring it down as slowly as we can. So take it one vertebrae at a time. And then let your toes be the last thing that comes down onto the mat. So use your core. Got it. And then when you get down all the way onto your mat, if it feels good, you can bend the knees, windshield wiper back and forth. It's just a slight supine twist by resting the knees on one side. And then windshield wiper the legs back and forth. Let them fall to the other side. For supine twists. Breathe in and breath out. Begin to spread yourself out. I like to say spread yourself to all corners of the room. Take up as much space as you want, but you find your resting pose that feels good for you. Maybe the knees pressed together or the soles of the feet pressed together. So find what feels good. Deep inhale and out. And beginning here to let go of this breathing pattern and just come back to that natural rhythm of breathing. To let go of whatever thoughts are popping into your head, so we know that it's normal, it's natural for these thoughts to come and go, but let it be just that. Let them come and let them go. You don't need to worry about them right now. So take a deep breath in. And exhale, melting down into your mat, letting yourself just be. You've worked hard. This is a well-deserved rest. Begin to bring a little bit of movement back into the body, a little bit of awareness back. Maybe by wiggling the fingers and the toes or circling the wrists, the ankles. And let your eyes stay closed or heavy. Press yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Take your time here. Take a deep breath in And a deep breath out. Becoming aware of how the body feels, noticing. Breathe in. And exhale, bring hands to heart center. Deep inhale. And exhale, thumb knuckles to third eye center. The light in me sees and acknowledges the light in each and every one of you. So in saying this, in practicing together via Zoom, I know that we are the same, that we are one. So together we bow and say, Namaste. Thank you guys so much for coming and joining me tonight for Pop Punk Power Hour. I desperately miss being with all of you at the studio. So I'm really excited that you got to join us here. And for those of you who don't get to take my classes live, thank you so much for coming and joining via the interwebs. So I'm going to turn off the recording, and if you feel